Hello students, how are you all? Fine. Students, in this class, we are going to discuss one verb. It is note. We are discussing the verb note in this session. This looks like a very simple verb, but its usage is very helping us. So students, let us discuss this verb note in this session. See, the first application of that, to notice something or to observe. See, when we notice something or when we observe something, we use this verb note. Let's have a discussion. You have reached a shop and you have found that the shop was closed. Somebody told, please note this shop is closed on Saturdays. Please note the shop is closed on Saturdays. So this is one example. Here note means you notice that the shop is closed on Saturdays. Okay students, is it clear for you? Is it clear for you? Okay students, we can have one more example. See, we notice many things around us. We observe many things. There is growing demand for doctors because the services of doctors are very much in demand now. So the government has noted the growing importance of the doctors. The government has noted. It means the government has observed. The government has noticed. This is another example. The first example is that when we reach a shop, when we find that shop is closed, we note that that shop is closed on Saturdays. We observe that. We notice that. This is first example. And in the second example, the government has noted the growing demand for the doctors. This is second example. Coming to another example. Students, we now observe that the online courses are very important for us. To make use of the free time, the online courses are very important. So the students noted the growing importance of the online courses. It means they have observed, they have noticed. So the first example of note the verb is, the first meaning is that when we notice something, when we observe something, then we use this. See, we can have one more context. The exams of the students are postponed. They are postponed by 10 days. After 10 days, the exams are postponed by another 1 week. So, we note that the exams are postponed twice. We observe that the exams are postponed twice. So, here the meaning is to notice something, to observe something. We express like this. We note that. He noted that. The government has noted that. Okay. Note. Note how important to have hobbies. Here also the expression is a verb only. Note how useful the games are. Note how important the hobbies are. Note how joyful to practice a hobby. Is it clear, my dear students? Okay. So, these are the expressions. Please note that this shop is closed. We note that there is growing demand for online courses. The government has noted that there is increasing demand for doctors. Note how important to practice games. Note how joyful it is to practice a hobby. See students, these are all some expressions we have used and this is the first application of note. When we notice something, when we observe something, we use these forms. Okay, now we are moving to another application. Find giving attention to something by discussing or making a written record of that. See, paying attention to something. See, when we pay attention to a particular thing and when we discuss that and when we make a written record of that, we can use this. We can use this application by using the verb note. See students, there is a journalist. She has collected data about unemployment. Unemployment, that's a subject she has focused on and she paid attention to that. And she made a record of the data of unemployment. So then we can use this application, students. The journalist noted the data of unemployment in her report. There is a weather reporter. This is another example. And he is collecting data about weather. He is collecting information about weather. So the weather reporter has noted the details of the temperature of the past 1 month. The weather reporter or the weather expert has noted the details of weather changes of the past 1 month. Here we talk about making a written record of that or making a discussion, to make a discussion in their record or in their report or in their presentation. This is how we can use note when we have an attention of a subject and when we discuss that systematically and when we make a written record of that. See, Ram is there. He has his seminar today. He has done very well in his seminar. He paid attention to his topic and he organized all the points very systematically. Now we can say about Ram. Ram has noted all points of discussion systematically in his seminar. So here note means, in the second application, note means to give attention to something. After giving attention, we discuss that and we make a written record of that. Either we discuss or we make a written record of that. These 2 points are important with paying attention. So my dear students, let's review. The first one, to notice something or observe something. I find the shop is closed. I note that the shop is closed on Saturday. He has noted that the shop is closed on Saturdays. Okay. The government has noted that there is growing demand for the doctors. The students note that there is increasing demand for the online courses. See, we can move to another expression in the same application. Please note how important it is to practice games. Note how useful it is to practice games. Note how joyful it is to practice a hobby. Okay, students, these are all the examples of the first application. And in the second application, when we make a record, when we pay attention to something and when we make a record, written record, or when we discuss that, Ram has noted all points of his discussion in his seminar well, very systematically. See students, sometimes we find a similar context, a very closer context for us. We write down all the important birthdays of the people or for friends and relatives. We noted all the dates of the birthdays of our friends and relatives. We noted the dates of the important birthdays of friends and relatives. Here also we have made a record. We paid attention to that, the dates of birthdays, of important people. You noted all of them. Then you can say that I noted the dates of birthdays of important people. This is how you use note in the second application. There is weather expert. The weather expert has noted all details of the changing temperatures in his report. There is a journalist, and the journalist is paying attention to the issue of unemployment. The journalist has noted the data of unemployment in his report, in his presentation. This is how we are making use of two applications, students. The first one, to notice something, to observe something. The second one, when we give attention to something and when we discuss that and when we have a written record of that, we use this verb note. So dear students, all of you keep practicing this. Your practice is very important and your practice only helps you to grow in your communication. Okay students, with this I would like to conclude today's session, and we'll be moving further to other applications of the verb note in the later sessions. With this I would like to conclude, my dear students. I request you all to subscribe my channel and give your valuable feedback in the comment section. Thank you. Thank you very much.